about 11 people. With that statement, do you not think that by trying to collect the cash back from the online issues you had on IT, you will have more dissatisfied customers by getting a third-party company to deal with the recovery?
Well, sir, that's why in our recommendations we said you need to do a system audit and send personal letters of apology.
What I'm saying is, even if you send a personal letter of apology, having third-party companies collecting money is almost seen like bailiffs coming to your house and collecting money. So don't you think it contradicts from your the next recommendation on celebrity marketing?
Well, sir, because what we said was, well, looking at the financial aspect, it is better to go for the outsourced agency, as well as because if you're asking your own employees to go and collect, then your routine operational activities in the office, in the shops, will also be damaged. So that might create more dissatisfied customer rather than that. Because all their routine operations, there is a high opportunity cost of asking them to collect the money. So that will have a huge impact on customers. So since that cost outweighs, so we recommend you to go for.
When someone understands brand loyalty in a brand,
yes,
isn't it better for them to address the issues with a potential customer or consumer?
I didn't get your question.
When someone who works for a company understands the brand and the consumer, it's always better to get the company to contact the customers when there is a problem.
Yes, sir. Like the personal letters of apology will be sent by the company. I guess that answers your question.
Not fully, but.
Just a question on the ethical question around child labour. In many poor countries, sometimes the children's wages that come into the family could be the only wages available to that family. That child could in fact be supporting and feeding the family. If this company chooses to turn away from that, there could be a negative impact on those families. And at the same time, if it's now having to pay more for its products and becomes less profitable, it may have to make people redundant in its own market who are in of themselves consumers. Don't you think that perhaps we should be a little bit more sympathetic to the use of child labour in these markets?
Well, sir, no, because when it comes to child labour, you're basically depriving all the rights of a child when you're asking that child to come and work, like the basic rights of education and all. So there would be child exploitation. So in that case, what we recommend you is there is a minimum age of 18 when it comes to child labour. So employ people who are above that age and not to exploit your workers. Yes.
And also by employing using child labor, you are encouraging parents to send their children to their work instead of sending them to schools. So the company should not encourage, that is, suppliers using child. Company should not encourage parents. So that is the responsibility of the company. It's like a corporate responsibility.
You said to finance the jewelry expansion to acquisition. How much is the cash requirement?
There is initial cash requirement as well as working capital requirement. But current period there is 6 million cash requirement, and after that, like first year they have cash requirement for staff training, working capital.
Fine. So total revenue for 7 million, right?
Yeah.
And we are 3 billion market cap company. Do they need rights to that? Find 10 million.
No, because we cannot finance this through operating cash flow. These are capital requirements. So to finance this, one method is you have to go for loan, but going for loan will incur high loan repayment and like interest cost. So the other option is going for share issue. But instead of going share issue, we think that right issue will be more appropriate one, because
I'm just asking the practicality of rights issue here, because we are, if you can recall, our share price is 33 euros per share, 100 million share. So a 3 billion market cap company, and to raise 10 million to rights issue, I mean, it will not work. So we are talking about 1 for 10,000 rights issue.
no, because right issue. But
What I'm saying is it's inconsequential. I mean, the 10 million requirement of say 10 million. If you look at our balance sheet of 2008, we have 333 million cash. So 10 million financing is, I would say, peanuts. We are a much stronger company than you think.
yeah, but like using cash requirements, that is cash in hand, normally it should be matched with short-term projects instead of going for long-term projects. And right issues are done for the existing shareholders, so they would not be dissatisfied regarding that also.
Even if you look at the cost of a rights issue, so you need to send circulars, and just the printing cost will come maybe half of that. Other point.
If there is no other cash needs, okay, there is no other cost to incur, then you can go for. You think that like this thing is better? That is a more appropriate way. If there is no other cash requirements in the near future, then I think you can use operating cash or cash that is cash in hand.
And also you said that you need to retire the loan in 2 years' time, 300 million loan, and you said to do a share issue for that.
Yeah, that is of course like using different approaches, different sources to raise funds will incur high cost. So we connected that with acquiring outlets. When we have to acquire outlets, there is huge capital cost. To finance that huge capital cost, we think that new share issue would be most appropriate one. When we are going for the share issue during that period, we can consider this loan payment, connect with that and issue shares.
Are you saying to not to take a new loan to retire that? Is it?
So correct, because there is another loan to be retired also. So in that period, yeah.
We have only 300 million loan.
300 billion and 200 have to be paid in 2014 and other have to be paid in 2016. So 2016 situation we don't know. So in that situation we might need to go for loan. So it's better to keep a loan option in the future, and for current we need high capital cost to acquire the ownership also. So in that period, at one like using one source to raise both funds.
But if you look at that 300 million, we are very low grade company. Because our market cap is 3 billion and only 300. So why go for equity? Because we are already very low here. Perhaps we can use more debt. And also if you look at that, today is the recession environment, interest rates are cut across the globe. So I think we should go for debt rather than equity, given the low currency.
Yeah, because we are in recession period. In the future, we might need to incur more high capital cost to expand our operations. So in that period, I think we can. I think you all can go for loan because in that situation, more competitive environment. So, so we thought like new share issue is the most appropriate source to raise this finance.
Just a question on your proposal to expand to the jewelry range. Why do you think Assembly will be able to sell good quality jewelry in the high street when it competing with other well-established jewelers? How do you think that they will be able to succeed?
Well, for their target market, looking at the target market, we know that when it comes to young professional women, they like to match their jewelry with their clothes and go. And this is one of, like, complementary diversification is one of the practices which are happening at present day. Like, even if you see retail shops, even if you look at Odell, we do see that jewelry and the clothes goes hand in hand, because people like to match their jewelry to what they're wearing and go. And also there is experience, like CC has already experienced in this area of jewelry, and also